Well, she's all you'd ever want. She's the kind that like to flaunt and take to dinner. Well, she always knows her place. She's got style, she's got grace. She's a winner. She's a lady. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's a lady. Talking about that little lady. And that lady is fine.
That was great. That was amazing. We haven't had that song, and that's probably the best version of that song that I've heard. It's great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you for
welcome to
being
the
here.
show. I know you're a little nervous. Everybody gets a little bit nervous being on this show. So, Saskia, right? Saskia? I'm not even going to
Yes,
try to
Saskia.
pronounce your last name. How do you pronounce your last
Uh,
name?
Van den Berghe.
Yeah, I'm not going to try. I'm just going to call you Saskia. Okay.
Yeah, you may try. So
I
it's in three words, so you can try
Van de
den
Berg?
Berghe.
Van de Berghe? Is that right?
Van den Berghe.
Van den Bergen. I,
Berghe. Yes, almost.
I apologize. I apologize.
No, it's not.
What
It's not
is
necessary.
what's the background? What's your background?
What do you mean? So how
No,
I
like
get started
no, your
oh,
family history, like where you
my
from?
family.
Yeah.
I'm from Belgium,
Okay.
from the Flanders. So Belgium is in two parts. I'm actually a country girl. I grew up at the countryside.
Yes.
My father, he had a company, a construction company, but he was also in his spare time a farmer. So I learned both ways. So we had to learn everything. And from since I was little, I helped my father with his work. It wasn't always thing that I wanted to do. I had to do it.
It was
But
it was life. It was the work. Yes.
yes, it was live. It was the work. But yeah, that's he taught me everything. So I got the best learning school. So
I want to
and
hear more
then
because it's good that you got taught that way because I think some of the best people in this business are taught that way. I think that's a
yeah,
really important way to go about learning in this business.
yeah, I still think so that is the most best thing, how you can learn something,
Yes.
is by doing it. So and
Yes.
by learning it from the people who are doing it in real life, instead of school. So or you have to have a teacher that is really, yeah,
We'll get into all
that
that. So
really knows how to do it. So
yeah, we'll get into. I have a lot of questions for you because I'm really excited about this. I want to first do a shout out to Ewan, and he's from Renaissance, and he's the T-shirt that I'm wearing. He's given me this 3/4 sleeve baseball, which I've always liked, and he's a good guy, and he works on very old homes in Toronto here, and solid tradesperson, solid GC, and I just want to give him a shout out. And then also I just want to let everybody know. So we're speaking with Saskia, and you're basically a carpenter in Belgium.
yes,
Okay, and 18 years you've been doing this. Like that's a
yes,
long
18
time.
years. So
And
it's a long time.
everybody on Instagram, you guys can follow her. I'll just spell this out, okay? Because it's very, very long. But VandenBergheSaskia. Now we need to kind
Yes,
of explain how we know each other, how this all started. And we've got to thank Andrew Lusso, right? So from Lusso
yeah,
Designs, because he's the one, we finally figured it out that he got you or tagged you on our espresso back and forth. And all of a sudden you joined in. And then I'm seeing in the background there, you've got Gary's hat, you got Tony's hat, you've got my book out there, you've got Andrew's little stencil that he made. And so from Joe, from JR Windows, everybody's Fabio, everybody had this little coffee espresso thing, and you were joining in halfway around the world, and then we were just like going, who is this person? We're trying to figure out who this is, and then we paid attention, and you're a carpenter, so we basically speak the same language, and so here we are, and now we're doing a podcast and speaking to you.
yes, yes. And I'm grateful for Andrew Lucy that he took me into the gang.
The gang, the
So
construction
yeah, the
Toronto
gang,
gang.
the construction gang. So yeah, and it's because of him that I met you, and that I followed you and you followed me back. So yeah, it's just that's how you see how small the world is actually. Yeah,
We can, and
it's
I'm
very
looking forward
nice.
to doing more shows. So I'll probably speak to more people from there that follow you, and they might hear about the show, and they might follow us, and then maybe our espresso circle will grow, and then other people will join in, and it'll be lots of fun.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. I hope it will be because yeah, I think it's something these days still, and especially here in Belgium, people in trades they're not they're not really, how must I say, not most of the people acknowledge what we do. So they just think, oh, they're just people in construction, and I
Are
think that's wrong.
are you
So
guys? So that's one of the questions that I want to ask you. So basically, we're invisible. We
yeah.
we keep everything working. We fix everything. We build the city, but technically we're invisible. So it's the same way in Belgium. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So,
Wow.
and what the most is hateful for me is when I come from work and I have to do some little grocery and I don't have time to change my clothes.
Work
Some
clothes.
people look at me like I'm yes, like I'm a homeless people, like I'm a homeless girl. They're just looking like, what are you doing here in your dirty clothes? But yeah, I don't
Really?
mind. So yeah,
I've done Saskia,
yeah,
so I've done it before too, where I'll just walk into very high end stores, if it's clothing stores or something like that. I'll walk in with my workwear. I know you're a black ladder girl. I'm a Snickers girl,
yes.
but we all get along. We all get along. Black ladder's good, Snickers good. We all get along. But I would walk into a high end store and I just want to see if I'm going to get treated differently, and I shouldn't be treated differently. I should be
Yeah.
treated the same way. And it's kind of sad that you were hearing that it's the exact same thing over there.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I do must say when people see me in my regular clothes, not my working clothes, and then I tell them that I'm a carpenter, they react totally different. It's so strange. It's really yeah, they don't expect it from me that I'm a carpenter. So and then they act with a lot of yeah, they are amazed and yeah,
Because you have
it's
skills.
yeah.
You have skills and they're
Yeah.
impressed. I do know one Flemish word.
Yeah.
Let me just try it. Timmerman.
Timmerman.
Yeah,
Yeah, but a Timmerman
Timmerman,
is
yeah.
not, yeah,
Is it
that's
is
not
it
the
is it
same.
carpentry? But is it
No,
no? Okay, so what exactly does it mean?
a Timmerman, that's, yeah, carpentry is more, yeah, like making cabinets and all those things. And a Timmerman is something who is yeah, he makes roofs and all those things. So a roofer
Is it
um,
Timmerman?
is a Timmerman,
Okay,
yes.
all right. So they would be known as a roofer or more of a roof,
Yeah,
rough
but just the framing,
a
just the
framing of the
framing of
roof.
it, not
Okay,
yeah,
but not the
not
walls and
the.
not the floors.
Mm, no, normally not. So, but it's an old word that you don't hear
Oh,
it anymore.
okay,
So,
all right. I thought I'd try. I'm sorry. I just thought I'd
it's a
try.
carpenter. If you want to say a
How
carpenter
do you
in
say
Dutch,
that?
it's a schrijnwerker. Come on, just give it a
Say
shot.
it again, please.
Schrijnwerker.
Schrijnwerker? Is that
Yeah,
schrijnwerk?
yeah. Schrijnwerker.
Schrijnwerker. Is that
Yeah,
close? And that's a
it's close.
carpenter.
Close enough. It's close enough.
All right. So I want to ask you why, like outside of, I guess, family and raising and working and dad, at what point did you love doing carpentry? At what point did you say, okay, well, this isn't for me, but then this is for me? What happened? What changed?
Yeah. I guess I was around 20 years
Okay.
that I really, because I was ever in my life going to do that. I did accountancy informatics, my degree. Then I studied marketing. But when I was busy with the marketing studies, my father and I opened a hardware store. And normally I was going to do the hardware store, but from time to time, I just went on the job sites with my father when I didn't have lessons and all those things.
So your dad
But
had the
yeah,
store and he also had the business and he was doing
yes,
work and then he was selling supplies.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he was a very quite busy man. So he was always working. I don't know him otherwise than working. So
He has to stay busy.
um, yes.
Yes.
And at one day he told me, look, I have a new project for a kitchen, and I'm gonna send you. So he sent me, and it was just a normal kitchen. It was with the whole all corners and 45 degrees and all those things. And he said, you just go there, you may take measurements, you draw on it, and then you make a price. And then so I did it. I make the price, and then he said, okay, you just go to make it. And I said, yeah, I never done it alone. And he said, yeah, you can do it. I've seen you doing it, so you do it alone. And I did it, and the customers were very, very glad because all of those little details that I paid attention to, especially for cleaning, that's maybe the women's part. I know it's kind
Women
of,
are
but
no
yeah,
women are much more organized than men, and they've always been
yeah,
more organized than men, and that also means in construction they're a lot better
yeah.
at it than us, for sure.
So, and that's then when that project was done, I said to my father, if I stand up tomorrow and I have on my working clothes and not my clothes for going to school, I quit school. And he laughed and he said, you're never going to leave school for it. So in the morning, I got up and I put on my working clothes and I never went to school again. So,
And
so
ever
it's
since then,
now,
it's just been construction, carpentry.
yes, it's just been construction carpentry. Yeah, yeah. No, when I worked with my father, it was everything. It was pavement, it was roofing, it was everything. Also, how do you say it? Yeah, tiling.
Tiling as
Yeah,
well,
everything. Just tiling as
finishing,
well.
inside,
Yes,
outside, everything.
inside, outside. He did everything. So he worked with a lot of people. Also 12 people. So it was a kind of, yeah, it was kind of big.
So, what was like your friends from school? Like, I'm assuming none of them went into construction.
No,
They all
no.
stayed in school. They did marketing, they did pharmacy, they did everything else. So, were
Yeah,
you the only one?
I was the only one. So
What did they tell you? What did they say to you?
um, yeah, my best friends told me that they expected it because when we in the weekends before we went out, they had to come and get me.
And you were working?
In Yes, they had to come and get me there because I was still busy, and they were saying, "Hey, we're waiting for you." So, so they expected it, but yeah, other girls they just said from, now I don't know you anymore. Yeah,
Really?
it's really,
They just
yeah,
didn't they
really.
didn't they didn't like that you went in, or they didn't like that you were doing that work.
They didn't like that was going to make my hands dirty.
Dirty. I know.
Yes. So not polishing my nails anymore and those stuff. So
No, but you do that. I've seen you. You've had some posts, and you get ready and you go out and you have a good time with friends,
yeah,
and you don't look like. And I'm not insulting you by saying you don't look like a tradesperson, a contractor. You look like a lady who's going out. So it's like
yeah.
we can get cleaned
That's why
up.
the song.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. But also the guys here, that's the same thing. We all clean up, and it's a little surprising to see them in a suit and go to
Yeah.
a wedding or go to a function. And it's like, okay, yeah, you work in construction. But yesterday I was in mud. I was stuck and covered in dirt and covered in sawdust. But today I'm all cleaned up. That's totally normal.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, everybody has to do what they like doing. So I'm doing this now for 18 years, and there isn't one day that I said to myself, I have to go working. So no. So and that's the most important thing, that you don't get up and say to yourself, I don't want to go to work. So
No, you got to find your passion. You got to find something to do and do all
yeah.
that. I know that you talked a little bit at the very beginning about the education. How is it there regarding schooling and government? And is there assistance? Do they help us? Do they work with us? Are they not there for us?
How you yeah, I think no, not like for us, but there are schools where you can learn the skills, and then you go half time school, and half time you have to find a company who wants to take you in and learn. So that's okay.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, it's from the age of 16. When they are 16, they go half time school and half time on the job sites.
And that's every year at school? How many years of schooling is it?
And 3 years then.
3 years. So for 3 years,
yeah.
you're half in the classroom and you're half on a job site. And it's your
Yes.
responsibility to find work.
Yes.
Find a place to work.
Yeah, they have to find a place to work. But you do have some institutes, people who are call some business and asking tradespeople if they want to hire somebody who is learning. So you do have to pay a little bit, but it's not that amount of money. But it's hard to find young people who really want to work.
It's not there. Not a lot of people want to. They want to do TikTok. They want to do social media.
They want to, social media, TikTok, and that's kind of the problem here in Belgium that it's not acknowledged. I think and people, they all want their children to be doctors and lawyers and architects, and so yeah.
So it's still in it. It's the same problem here. Is it the parents? Is it the students? Is it their friends? It's all the same. Everything's the same.
I think it's still a little bit, the parents. The parents think that they can't earn enough, that there is no future, no future for those people, for those children. But I think, if I may say, I think in 10, 20 years, they are going to be the people who are going to earn money.
A lot of money.
Because, yes, a lot of money, because now they are already, it's a job that people have to wait. When they want me to come, they have to wait a year. So
that's just going to be the norm. Is the government telling you there that in about 5 or 10 years, there's going to be such a depletion? There's not going to be that many people that can do this work, and we need people to come into here now.
Yes,
they're already talking about that.
Yeah. Now it's the last year that they are really saying it, and that's why they opened the borders with Poland and all those other countries for Europe, because there are a lot of people who want to do the job here, but they work for less money, but they're not schooled, so it's.
But they enjoy the work. They do it, and they'll come and they'll travel, and they'll come. And sorry.
And that's why our young people don't want to. Our children say they will do it. So.
But then how else so let's say you have a student, a 16-year-old, how else can they learn if they don't want to go to school, or if they just want to get on the job site? Have you brought somebody onto working with you, a student, or?
I did it, but it's been, I must say.
Was it good or
14,
no?
15 years ago.
Okay, so
yeah. Yes, it was. There were two boys. The one, he was really good. One boy he took the work out of my hands, and he wasn't walking, he was running. So he was always busy. When we said to him, you have to be on the job site at 7:00, he was there at 6:30. So he was always, So he went to school, and after he went to school, he also got self-employed. So that's when you have a good guy. They go out and go being self-employed. And then there was a boy, and then I said, never again. He was just saying, I'm not going to listen to you. You're a woman. Look at you.
That whole thing. Really? So he had a problem with that? And where is he now?
I think so.
Where is he now?
I don't know.
He's not working in construction, but
no, I don't think so.
I bet you, Karma, he's probably working for a woman right now somewhere else. Hopefully,
I hope so.
We can cross our fingers.
or his woman at home is in charge, so that would be bad. And he has 3 daughters that he has to listen to. That would be the best. So
can I ask, how old is your son now?
14.
So does he work with you?
From time to time. But the last year he's more out doing sports and all those things. Okay. But from time to time he does help me, and he knows where it has to come from. So
okay.
But he doesn't have the attention for being a carpenter.
I was curious, Saskia, that you guys being in Belgium there, Dutch Flemish is first, and then I think it's French is second, and then German is third languages.
Yes.
When
Yes.
you're working with clients there, are you expected to speak all three, even English at times, or no? Or which language are you communicating with
Yeah.
everybody?
Here in Hand, yeah, the most people speak Flemish, but there are some people who are speaking French, so then you have to be able to speak French. But when you go a little bit further to Brussels, yeah, then you have to then yeah,
Then it's
you have to
French.
speak French.
Yeah.
It's French.
Yes.
So and that's when the company is really in the Flemish part, they don't ask it from for tradespeople to speak French, but it's always
It's
something good
nice if
when you
you
speak more
can, and
English.
then you can
Yes,
communicate with them.
yeah, but you learn it at school from when you're 10 years old. You learn French at school, so
And
it's
then English. Anybody ever deal with anybody in English, or no, not at all?
no, people
No.
don't speak
So
English. No,
anybody
no,
from
no.
here has moved there, and then no, it would be a little difficult to communicate then.
Um, most of the people do speak English. It's because when we watch TV, it's not it's only subtitled. It's not overspoken.
Yes.
Like the French people, it's overspoken. In Italian, it's overspoken. Spanish is the same. They don't want to speak another language, but we
No, they
Belgian
don't.
people, yeah,
Do
we
you,
adjust us. So
and that I totally understand. I was going to ask you about when you're doing. I'm assuming most projects that you work on are more older homes, older projects. Is that right? So you're going into, and when I say older, I mean hundreds of years old, not just decades of old, right? They're very old.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah, it's quite, yeah. You have some homes from 100 years old, and then they're from 50 years old. The most houses where I work are in between the 50 and the 100 years old. So
And how is the whole building process there with the government? Do you have to, we've got permits here, we've got approvals, we have inspectors, we have all that. Is
yeah,
that, it's all the same over there as well
it's
too?
all the same. Yes.
Okay.
When you want to change something in your house and you have to move a wall, then you have to, yeah, to ask if it's possible and if it's may. When you have to, right, when you want to, let's say you want your window to be bigger or
Yes.
smaller,
Yes.
it must be approved. So it's the same.
Are there rules on the
Yeah.
outside? Because I know that a lot of the exteriors of the house is a certain kind of brick and a certain kind of finish. You have to get all the approvals to do this.
Um, yeah, it depends on where your house is standing. There are regions, some streets where it's necessary, like our house is painted, but it must be in natural colors. But then just across the street, they can do whatever they want. If they want to paint orange or yellow,
On
it's
the
not a
same
problem.
street? Why would it be that way on that same street?
Well, it's because it's a borderline. We have some nature. How do you say it?
Some
It's yeah,
forest or gardens or things like that.
yeah. So
Okay.
that kind of thing, and yeah, it's just we're just
Got it.
like all our roofs need to be black. So all those the same thing, but then at the opposite of the streets,
Could be any
yeah, it
color.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it could be any color. So yeah. But then you have the very old houses who are classified. When people do something in the exterior, they can get money from the government to make it look better, but they have to be, yeah, it has to be their way. So
There and so are they very very strict? Like they'll come
yes,
by and make
yeah,
sure that they're doing good work. It has to be really
yeah,
really good work.
yeah. It's like yeah, then is your house like a monument?
Yes.
So
Historical or
yes,
monument, things like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
And then even the glass, when your glass is so, I don't know how you say it, flamed. So the windows of sometimes you have
Oh,
some
I know
flamed
exactly. So it's
windows. So you know what?
yes. So
So
it's
you can't look
curvy.
through in it. It's a
Yes.
curving, and then it has to be the same. If you change it, it has to
Wow.
be the same look.
But
So
that
all those things.
Saskia, that's like so expensive. Like that's really really
Yes, and that's
expensive.
why the government is giving some, yeah, some money to
How much
the
do they give
owners.
you? How much are they willing to give you?
I don't know. I don't own such a house, so I'm not rich enough for such a
It
house.
wouldn't be like half, would it? It's not half of it. Like it can't be that
No,
much. No.
no, it
Okay.
can't be half. That's too much because
Yeah.
otherwise everybody
Everybody
would
be yeah,
buy such.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
that wouldn't be. No, no, no. But it's only the rich people who have such a house. I don't have one.
So what is mostly the homes there? They're built in what way? Is it mostly wood on the outside or is it brick on the
No,
outside?
brick.
It's all brick, right?
It's all brick. You have in the Ardennen, so deep in Belgium, there are all wooden house, the chalets. But in the cities and everywhere, it's all brick, brick.
Do you guys
But
have
now
this?
you see, yeah,
Sorry, no, go ahead.
now you see it more and more to be wooden exterior, and so yeah, almost skeleton building. So yeah.
How are there? I'm always curious because my dad was a bricklayer. So how are the bricklayers there? Are there a lot of young bricklayers? Because I don't think there would be. I think there's mostly older bricklayers.
But you know, there are still young people, young bricklayers, because it's still it's one of the most common things you can learn at school. So I think there are more bricklayers than there are carpenters.
So you know what? I'd actually love to get an idea because I know that we talk about this all the time on the show, and also you mentioned it already here, is that people have a misunderstanding that we don't make a lot of money, that we're not making a lot of money in this industry, but bricklayers and certain people, they make a lot of money. So can you give us an idea of what those trades, those kinds of people in your country there are making, how much money they can make?
It depends again on where do you work. If you work like on the sea, you have there some
So different areas of the city, yes.
Different areas of the country. But when you start, I think it's around 1,250 euros, but it can be to 2,600, 3,000 euros. So it depends.
What is that?
When you're self-employed, you earn a little bit, you earn more, but you have to work, you have to do a lot
Of
for
course,
it. So
yeah. And I know that we've got some information that I'm going to also share. You guys don't do long days. Like you 8-hour days, I think, is at the max.
it's 36 hours a week
A
that
week.
they work.
5 days or
A
4
week?
days?
5 days.
5 days.
But now the government wanted to go up to 40 hours a week. So
wow. You know, guys over
I
here.
don't work that. Yeah, I work a lot more.
You're working a lot more? You're working on
Yes.
Saturdays? You're working every day? No, you're not working every day.
No, not anymore. I did work every day on Saturday and Sunday before my son was born, and then when my son was born, I always went working on Saturday also. Just on Sunday I was at home, but now I'm busy with other things on Saturday and Sunday. Being first maid of honor, Mrs. Glamour Belgium gives me some other things to do. So
I noticed that. I totally saw that. When did that happen this year?
Yes,
Congratulations to that. That's amazing.
Yes, thank you. Well, that's the reason why I competed with the pigeon, is because for me it was important that people had to know you can be a lady, you can be glamorous and doing dirty work.
Yes.
So
Yes, you can.
because I'm proud of what I'm doing, and
Yes.
I wouldn't change it. So, and that was why and I never thought I would win anything, but look, here I am. So
that's amazing. So I got to share a little bit of history that Angelina was kind enough to source from you guys, from your place, your country. So are you familiar with the Cathedral of Our Lady Antwerp?
Yes.
So that was built in 1353 and 1533, was partially destroyed by a fire midway through construction. So these are all things that I didn't know. So it replaced a Roman church, and then it combines Gothic and classical architecture from the Flemish Renaissance, which is a lot of beautiful architecture in Belgium, like a lot of beautiful buildings. And then we also, the Brussels Town Hall, that goes as far back as 1400s. Its first expansion was in 1444, and it was officiated by the 10-year-old Duke. And then the Palace of Justice. Where's the Palace of Justice?
in
located?
Brussels,
Yes,
Aachen, and
okay, that's in
Aachen.
Brussels. It's the largest building in the world, constructed in the 19th century at 344 feet, which is 105 meters, because I know you're metric and we're imperial. We're behind. We're not as smart. I totally understand. High, and it covers 853,000 square feet, which is 79,246 square meters. Has been described as Byzantine, Roman, or Neo-Gothic. Part of a nearby neighborhood has been demolished for its construction, and a cafe opened nearby called the Chev Architect, meaning
I don't
the
know.
crooked architect. The Chev.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
know
I
that.
don't know. There's a little bit of history from Belgium there. So I
So, but
wanna.
you know more than me.
No, I don't. I don't know. Trust me. I wanna ask you, females in construction, women in construction. Are the men still the same way? Do they want you there? They don't care. They don't like you there. Is that how do they embrace you? Do they like you?
No, they like me.
Okay, all right. For the most, are there a lot of women in construction there?
No, 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 they're not.
Over here in
I
Toronto is 3% only. In Canada, sorry,
yeah,
in Canada it's only
in Canada.
3%.
No.
I know.
I don't know because there aren't a lot of women who are doing this. Some women help their husband from time to time when he's self-employed, but that's just giving some stuff or cleaning up or those things. But there are, yeah, I think there are, yeah, just a few in Belgium who are they self-employed. It's, yeah, no, there are not much women who are doing that. So.
So how are you trying to get more women? I mean, I guess with the pageant and winning the pageant, is that going to
Yeah.
help you to try to get more women into construction?
Yes, I hope so, and also that's why I started Instagram because because I wanted to let people see it's okay for a woman to do that, and every woman can do it. If a man can do it, we can do it.
Of course.
I
Of
and
course.
it's the same with jobs. A typical female, if a woman can do it, a man can do it. So if you have the skills, just try it. And I do must say that there are some women who reach to me and they say, "Hey, by seeing you doing it, I tried this at home and I tried that at home, and and then I like it." So that's yeah,
Do
no,
your
but
clients so when you go see clients, the couple, and you have a man and woman couple, do you find that the women want to talk to you more than the men would want to talk to you?
mm,
Or
no,
is
not
not
specific,
really?
but
No?
the women always ask if they can help.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's interesting. Yeah, they always ask if you come, let me know, and I will look if I can help. And so, and yeah, that's men are not
Men
asking
won't
me.
ask,
So
but the women will ask.
no, no, no.
I like
I
that the
Yeah,
women are asking. That's good.
yeah, yeah, that's good. And I always say when you can help, it's okay for me. So everything that I don't have to do, you don't have to pay me for it. So
I need
so
to.
it's win-win situation, win-win
It's a win-win for
situation.
you, for your
So
business, and for everything. No, it's
yeah,
great.
so yeah.
I wanna ask you, what tools are you liking? What tools do you use there?
Um, I'm kind of a Makita girl.
You're in Makita?
So
Well, because you're in Belgium,
yes,
so you're right next to
yes,
Poland, and like that's Makita land. Everything in Europe is
Makita,
mostly
yes.
Makita. I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Makita and Festool. But
Yes.
Festool is more for sanding and all those things, not for drilling.
Are there
No,
any
for drilling
jokers over
and
there that are using DeWalt? Nobody's using DeWalt there, or something? No.
there are some people, yeah. Yeah.
I just want to
It's
let
all
everybody
yellow
that's
and bright by
listening.
those people.
I want them to listen and understand that DeWalt's not there. That's all I'm saying is DeWalt is not there, but mostly Makita.
Yeah, but yeah, mostly Makita. You see the most of Makita and Bosch. You also
Of
see
course,
Bosch.
yeah. Bosch would be
Yeah.
there, and Festool,
Now
yeah.
Milwaukee is coming just
Really?
on his yes on their socks. They're coming. I do have a new laser of Milwaukee, and I'm very pleased with it. So
You like it?
yeah,
Which
yeah,
one?
I really like
Three
it.
sixty?
Yeah, I don't know which was is one. Yeah,
Is
and
it
it's a
vertical,
cross. Yes,
horizontal, and also
yes,
the third axis? Yeah, the
self
self
leveling,
leveling.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you can when you want to put something, you can just adjust it a little
Yes.
bit. So that
Yes.
one.
But wait a minute. Does Makita have? Makita has no. They don't. They don't have lasers.
I don't think they have one. No,
I don't think they
no.
make any lasers.
It should have been no, no. I had the choice to yeah, Milwaukee or Daewalt, so I took Milwaukee.
You made the right choice. No, and then everybody, I'm assuming, is driving around in vans. Like everybody's working out of vans, small vans or big vans. It's all
Yeah,
vans, right? There's no
yeah,
pickup.
except me.
What do you have? You have
I drive with a Land Rover, so
okay.
with a yeah.
Yeah, with the backspace. That's all. That's more than enough space.
But I do also have a van. So the most people drive here with Renault or Mercedes. So, and I have a Renault. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I've been asking Renault to bring their vans here to Canada, but I guess Mercedes is not allowing them or something's going on. I don't know. Because I like the Renault vans. The Renault vans should come to Canada. They should come to North America.
Yeah. Our first one, when we sold him, he was 25 years old.
Wow.
And he still drove and he did everything. So sometimes when you had to stop at the lights, and when you have to be very, very easy on it, and then you had to pump, with the otherwise
we've all had that. I know. Sometimes I had an old pickup truck, and you'd have to get out and push. You'd have to push it to get it started, or sometimes park it on a hill so then it can go down, and then it gets started. Down, yeah. Let it jump the clutch. I know. We've all done that. We've all done that.
On the lights, you just had to play with the shock, because otherwise, for the benzene to go. So
that's too funny.
For the rest, he was a fine van. So
you guys, you do have extreme weather. There's lots of you get 4 seasons and it's all extreme. It gets cold. Work still continues outside. Everything, like, nobody stops. Here in Canada, we don't.
Nobody stops.
Nobody stops.
No, nobody stops until it's or it has to be that terrible. But normally nobody stops. You have. The whole construction stops around New Year, then it stops for 1 or 2 weeks. So that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
So nothing goes on. Everyone just shuts down. It's
nothing goes
family
on.
time and just relax.
Yeah, everything stops. So yeah.
So what is it like? Tell us a little bit of what things that you're building. What kinds of the work that you're doing. The projects that you're working on, like right now, or some things that you just finished. Can you share some of that?
Yeah, right now I'm busy with drywall. So it's a renovation in a house, and that's where I'm busy at. And after that, it's also drywall.
Are you hanging the drywall yourself and mudding it yourself, or are you hiring some? You're doing it all yourself?
No. I'm doing it all myself.
Knives or machines? Are you using machines or knives for the mudding, plaster?
Mice.
Really? Yeah.
All by the hand.
All by hand.
All by hand.
Wow.
So, because I'm not doing it year in, year out. So.
You just do it one project here, one project there. Really?
Yeah. So because I do a lot of other things. So also hardwood floors, restoring hardwood floors. That's something I've do.
Seen a lot of the posts that you shared there. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of lighter woods. A lot of lighter woods for hardwood flooring. Yes.
Yeah. Kitchens. I make kitchens. I make dressings. So sometimes I make and place doors, but not as much because I can't compete for the doors inside. I can't compete with the big companies, so their prices are too low. When I have to make a door, especially with some frames or that has to be special, then I can compete. But just the regular doors, I cannot compete. It's not possible. What I do, that's kind of the most thing that I do. So.
And what about you hire somebody to do the electrical, to do the plumbing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Electrical is not for me. Plumbing.
It's not for Saskia. It's not for me either. I don't like electrical. Yeah. It's not for me. I have an electrician on the show tomorrow, but he loves it, and I leave it. He can do it. I'll hire him. He does it.
Yeah, it's nothing for me. So
Yeah.
no, plumbing, when it's not much, I do it by myself. But when it's a big project, I'm not doing it by myself then, because no, that's too much for me.
Can you tell me what kind of plumbing are you guys using? Like plastic runs? Or are you guys using copper? Or it's plastic?
Um, Plastic. Most of
Okay.
the time, plastic. Yes, yes. Copper is not only for gas.
Okay.
They are using.
So you're
Yeah.
still using plastic, I guess, also for all the radiant heating as well too, all the
Yeah.
rads, right? But I mean,
Yeah.
I even see in your place there that you have an old radiator there on the window.
Yes.
So that's all of
That's
Europe. That's the best way to heat everything.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that's
So
still
yeah.
run plastic.
Yeah, because now in Belgium, they want to get the yeah when you the fireplaces
Yes.
with wood.
Yes.
Yeah, they want to stop it, so people
Why?
may not burn wood. Yeah, it's not good for the for the air. So yeah, you may not burn your wood anymore.
But you know,
So
a nice wood smell in a house, it smells so nice. And you being
yeah,
a
I
country
know.
girl, that's like it's like camping in the city. It's like
Yeah,
and the sound. It's just so the
yeah.
government is getting rid of all of it. They don't want
The
you to do
sound,
that.
the heat. No, they don't want it. They don't want it anymore. So
Are
yeah,
they giving you a TV so you could put it inside the fireplace and just put a picture of a fireplace
yep.
on the TV?
Just a picture. Just watching that.
It's
So,
not the same
and now with
thing.
the gas price is so high,
Oh
but
yes.
the electricity is just too high.
Is it
It's
going up
also
there
very, very
too? Really?
yes, yes. It's yeah. There are a lot of bakeries and restaurants that have to close. They just can't pay it anymore. It's just the prices of the electricity are too high. It's yeah.
Because of the pandemic or just because of people are greedy?
No, because of the pandemic and the war in
And the war that's
Ukraine.
going on. So
So
everything's affecting it
yeah,
from there. That's a shame that
yes,
everything's shutting
yeah.
down.
For us, it's very infected, and there are people who are in business for 20, 30 years that have to close because they
That's
can't pay
terrible.
the bills, the electricity bills.
How much higher
So
did it go? Like twice as much or even more than that?
yeah, yeah, at
Wow.
least yes, at
Wow.
least. Yeah, because allee, the government is still trying to get the prices down, but yeah, it's not going like that. And there are a lot of people who are getting problems for heating up their buildings and even their homes. There was at I think 2 days ago, a mother and a daughter just passed away because they wanted to use the barbecue to heat up their room. So
And then
and they,
the gas inside
yeah,
the
the
house.
gas.
Oh, that's
Yeah, yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
terrible to hear that.
That's very terrible. That's how you know how bad it is for some people, and that we may be lucky that we can still afford it. So
Yeah.
and yeah.
Do you see things getting better or changing? Like, I mean, people are still hiring you and doing work, but I guess everybody's still cautious too because they're not sure what's going to happen. We don't know. Nobody knows what's
Yeah,
happening right now. Yes.
no, nobody knows. And I do hear from I may not complain. I do have a lot of work, but the thing you hear is that people are asking for to give a price. Normally, we give the price like it's going to cost about like that, but now they want to be sure, and yeah, they want to shrink in also in materials. So when they go for full oak, they go for a veneer, so things like that. So yeah, where they can, yeah,
So where
and
they
little,
can save,
yeah,
right?
they can save, yes.
And then
So
I'm assuming material has all been expensive over there too. Everything has just gone up. So
yeah, yes,
okay.
price. But now it's stabilized. So, but it is very expensive. The wood here is also very expensive. Yeah, with you guys also. But everything is very expensive here, and but due to the COVID, people couldn't travel anymore. So they saved that money for to work on their house because it's an investment.
Yes.
And that is something that you now see that people are more investing in their house because they know that something was worth of it because yeah, when you travel, it's gone.
Yes.
it's gone and it's gone. And the investment in their house, it's the thing that give people some, certainty that they
Yes.
know when everything goes really bad, we can sell our house. So
That's terrible to hear. Like, I know it's really bad. It's funny you say it because it's the exact same thing here. And I keep on telling all the younger people, just be careful. Just kind of
yeah,
prepare because we don't know what's going to happen. Next year is going to be an interesting year. We just don't know. But these problems are also global. Everybody's having the same problems in different countries. We're not unique. So it's been good. Everybody's been busy. I've been telling them, listen, be cautious. Make sure you're making money. Make sure you're saving money and make sure you're preparing because you don't know what's going to happen for the future. Yeah.
and that's also the thing that I think our youth our children needs to understand, and what luxury they live now.
Yeah.
So
Where,
yeah.
where, sorry?
I had a discussion with my son a couple of days ago when he wants something, he orders it, and the next day it's there.
It was never like that. It was
never like that.
You think
So
it and it's
we
there.
had to be patient.
I know.
Yeah, we had to be patient. We had to go looking in different stores and looking what the best price was, and then we had to order it in the store because the stores didn't all had it in. So and then we had to wait some other days. So and it's I think we live in a rush now these days.
Yeah. Tell us the price right away, and then we'll let you know if we want it in about 5 months from now. And then we'll decide if we're going to move forward. I know it's different. I'm curious. Do you know where do you guys get all your material? Most of your material, where's it coming from in the world? Like your lumber or the finished flooring or tiling or stone? Where is it all coming from?
Tiling and stone is most Italian.
Italy, okay, makes sense.
Italian, Italy,
Yes.
and then it comes from all over the world. So, and that's but due to COVID, they always said,
Of course,
the hardwood stores always said it's because of that country. It's because of that country. So a lot of things, we were like the center of it, and everything comes from everywhere. So
that's a shame.
Not from America. That's too far.
Well, it's funny is the wood that's behind me here is from North America, but it's brought to Estonia, and then it's processed in Estonia, and then it's shipped all over the world. So it travels. Like this wood has a passport.
Yeah.
It's just insane. It just goes all over the place. So it's been busy.
Yeah, that's with a lot of things. So but wood from Belgium isn't there as much anymore. So
No.
Belgium oak wood isn't barely to find. So.
Really, what is it that there's no more like the business, the infrastructure, the trees are not there? Like they don't do it.
It's too expensive.
It's just too expensive
because yes, it's too expensive because there aren't that many trees anymore. So it's too expensive.
Wow.
French oak, and that's what you see a lot. French oak is also expensive, but and
okay, this is a dumb question, but is French oak from France, or is it called French oak because it's
they tell it's from France?
Well, we have white oak and we have red oak, and we know where that's from here. But so it's called French oak. So is it just from them? Is it from France itself?
White oak, well, you can see it. Normally, French oak is white. So,
so it's probably the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I was curious about that. I wanted to ask you, and I know this is a kind of a touchy subject because we have it here in Canada. Is there any kinds of like sexual harassment on job sites? Do the men overstep each other? Like do they not respect women in the industry there?
I have never.
Okay, you haven't seen it? No.
No, I haven't seen it. No. The tradesmen do respect me a lot. So they are joking, when they see you, and they are joking, and the one clown is more joking than the other.
The one
But I
clown.
just give them, yeah, I just
No,
give
because
them
they
an
are a
answer.
clown. They are
Yeah,
a clown. That's why
they are a
yes.
clown, and yeah. So, but I don't mind. I grew up with it, so I grew up with guys like that, and I just give them an answer, or I make the joke first, and then it's done. You know.
Yes.
But here in Belgium, if somebody whistles to a woman, they can get a fine for 50 euros.
50 euro
Yes, you may
fine?
not whistle to a woman anymore. No,
Really? When did they pass that?
really. It's I think it's around 4 or 5 years, I guess. I don't know how long it's going on. And I always thought if a man whistles at you, it's a compliment. I have never knew that a
So
man
let
would
me ask you,
whistle to.
Saskia, what if a woman whistles at a man?
I don't
Is it the
know.
same fine?
I, I think.
I would just assume it's the same fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it can't
think.
just be gender. It has to be kind of
No.
same. So,
Yes.
all right, that's interesting. So
Yeah.
they just passed that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, you may not whistle in Belgium to a woman because then you can get a fine. So yeah. I know. It's hilarious, but it is like that. But no, I do get a lot of respect. And yeah, I've never been harassed or something. No, not even. I do get a question a lot. Even tradesmen ask me if the homeowners won't harass me,
Oh,
but no.
okay.
I once had
Because that
somebody who
could
called me.
happen. That could happen.
Yeah, but
Yes.
no, I'm the one with the hammer. So
It's actually a good point that you have the tool belt and you're the one with the hammer. So if you want to harass, okay, that's actually a very good point.
try me.
No, because I can only assume that they'll see you, you're a woman, you're on the job site, but then you know what you're doing. Like you know what
Yeah,
you're doing. So then maybe when you start working, they shut up and the clowns all go back into their car and just shut up. And then leave her
yeah, yeah.
alone because she knows what she's doing, right? So, and she's better than you,
Yes.
maybe, right? So it's like, leave her alone.
Yeah, that's it. And I do, as I said, I do get a lot of respect of everyone. So especially tradespeople, they know how hard it can be, and they know, yeah, when you see me lifting all those drywall plates and all those other things, yeah, they respect it. So then, at first, they think from, what is she going to do? Yeah, I'm not a big girl. I'm just 1 meter 60, so I'm not big. I'm not, yeah.
That's
Um,
not even a discussion. I've seen men that are tiny and on job sites and they're much weaker than some women that are on job sites. So it's like that's not even a discussion. And besides
yeah,
that, there's always more than one person there working.
yeah.
So if something needs to be lifted or moved or whatever, even me, I get other people, come here and help me, right? Because I'm not going to take it. I don't want to take it by myself. Take half of it and help me. Simple.
Yeah,
That's how it's
I'm
solved.
not. I'm the one who is going to say, I'm doing it alone.
No, they're here. Then get them to help you, and that's it. It's
Yeah, I
done.
know. Yes. When they ask if they can help me, yeah, they may if they have time. But yeah.
That's too
So,
funny.
but I once had the first one of my first jobs. The homeowner didn't want to hire me because I was a woman.
And he said it. He
He said it
he actually
afterwards.
said
He
it.
said it. He said it afterwards because I had to give a price, and I went to it the price, and he said it's too expensive. I'm gonna hire some other people, and it was in speed Spain. I don't know how you call it in English. That type of wood.
Speed
Um,
Spain.
speed Spain. It's yeah. It's
What's it
an
look
old wood.
like? What's it look like?
It's like pine, like pine. It's like pine.
Spain.
It's fine. It's an old wood, and it's yeah. Now
Okay.
it's more expensive than oak wood.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very used a lot in Belgium for doors, for windows, for flooring, for everything. And it was an old house, and there was some how do you say, grains going out for
Yes.
1 meter, and then I had to glue them all back in. But he said to me, your price is too high. I'm going to hire somebody else. And I said, yeah, okay. I was just doing it for 2 years. So I thought, okay, those guys can do it better and cheaper. So why not? And the day they started, yeah, with the grains going out, they said, yeah, you can't save the floor anymore. Everything has to go out. Then he called me again. He said, "Can you still come?" And I said, "Okay, I will come." I did the job. And then he gave a reception for all my clients. And he said, "I didn't want to hire her because she was a woman. I didn't believe that her price was good. But now I'm happy." And yeah, he kind of, yeah. And I thought, okay, it was very nice from him to admit that
To
that
admit
was
it.
the main reason,
Yes, to admit
and to
it.
admit it that he was wrong. So, and yeah, all my future clients were there. So, and that was something, yeah, it was the best advertising ever. So,
Good for you.
yeah,
That's really, really good.
yeah.
I want to ask you, is there a moment in all the jobs that you've done, the work that you've done, that you thought, "Ugh, I don't want to be in this business anymore. This is too hard. It's too dirty. I had enough. Bad day, bad day, bad day, bad day." Like we've all had them. We have all had them where you think you're going to have a perfect day and then it just turns like crap. Like, have you ever had one of those days?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, of course. I think everyone has.
Everybody in construction has those. But then what do? We
Yeah.
just push
So,
through. We just push through. That's all we do.
yeah, you just think it will, yeah, take a deep breath and go on. So yeah, it was a day and it was very rainy and I was working outside. I was still working in the company of my father then. I was working outside and yeah, when we go off to lunch, we didn't went in our van or nothing. We just in a corner because when you went in your
Oh,
van for half an hour, it was done. It was
you don't want to
soaked.
go out. I know
And
you don't want to go out there.
no,
I know.
so I had to go in the mud and I just lose my boot and my food and everything was. And then I said, "No, I have to quit. I have to quit." And my father said, "You take another pair of socks out of your car and just go back." So yeah, I did it. And look. So
And it worked out. And then you didn't quit. And you got it done.
yeah,
And
I
you
didn't
finished
quit.
it. Perfect.
Yes, I finished it. So yeah, and I still love it. So yeah,
How do
after
how do
18 years.
how do we? That's a long time. Not like how do you get the younger guys more interested? Because I could see them quitting. Like at that moment, they would just quit.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know how we can make it look more, yeah, how we can, I don't know how to say it in English, how it will be possible that they would find the passion for it. I don't know. I don't know. I think, yeah, I think it's also due to the parents because yeah, they just think other people will do it. So, and then you see it here because when you see people working at the streets and all those things, most of the people are Belgian people.
Really? Huh? So
Yeah.
what do I guess the idea is they just don't, but who's going to do all this construction if they don't do it? Like it's gonna, and
Yeah.
like you said, in about 5, 7 years or whatever, you're gonna make a lot of money because we need all these people in construction doing this work. So you might as well just take an opportunity like that and learn from really good people too. So I think it's important that they actually pay attention. But I guess it's all their friends too. Their friends, not like no different than your friends were telling you, why are you going into that?
Yeah.
Why not stay in
Yes.
marketing, right? But you didn't listen to your friends, as most people shouldn't. Like that's just, and then you figured out your passion. They have to find their passion. Yes.
Yeah. And I think that's the most now these days people, yeah, that's kind of the fault of the internet, I think, of the social media.
Yeah.
Everything has to be
Yeah.
beautiful and things like that. But life isn't always beautiful. So, and you have to work hard. So
I
yeah, I think they think they can earn quick money without making their hands dirty. So
But you can earn quick
yeah,
money with making your hands dirty. And I also think that, and you're right, that they're just more about right now. Like they want to get everything now. But I think that it's amazing that you won that pageant and you're trying other things and you're going outside of construction and doing other things. I think if people paid attention to someone that they want to follow on social media and maybe go back in their feed and see what else this person's about instead of just those first few posts and learn more about that person, that they have more than just that hammer. They have other ideas, more things that they want to
yeah,
do and accomplish. Then they'll start to understand, okay, there's opportunity here. There's lots of opportunity for them and maybe I should consider that. That might be a way to do it.
yeah.
Yeah, because I know that everybody
Yes.
just looks at the latest, maybe this week's post, and that's it. They don't really care about going
Yeah.
right back to the beginning or finding out. And I'm always of a person that goes right back to the beginning. I want to find out more about this person. I'm curious about this person. I want to know what this person's about. And then you get a better idea of them by doing that.
Yes, and that's also what I'm trying to achieve with my Instagram. I know I don't have a lot of followers right now, but I hope they
Hope
will
we
be
can help,
coming.
and we'll see more
Um,
people with the help of Andrew and Tony and
I know
Gary,
from yeah,
everybody. Yes.
from people in Belgium, it's quite a lot because it's quite a lot. So we're a small country. So but and that's why that's the main reason why I don't put my picture from the Mrs. Glamour uh, part of my life, that I don't put it always on that side, because that's it's separated, because it are two different things, and it's the same person, but there are two different things, and I
Yes.
don't want to give a wrong interpretation to people. So
Yes.
yeah.
I want to just share a little bit of our building code here. But before I do that, I want to ask you, what kind of hammer do you have?
An old one.
You
He
have an
doesn't
old
have a
one?
brand.
What brand is
An
it?
old one. It's
What
one of my
Your
father's.
father's? I
It
still have
doesn't
some of
have a
my father's.
brand.
I have my father's bricklayer
Yes.
hammer. I have my father's levels. I have all of the old one. His trowel. I have his original trowel with his initials on it. So you didn't buy a brand new one, like
Nope.
a no, eh? Just a regular wood
No.
handle.
No,
Just
yes, a regular wood handle. I do have a Stanley, but I never used it.
I'm the same way. I have a Stanley. I never use it. I like wood handles. I like the old hammers.
Yes.
I know
Yeah.
I think they're better, but you can't tell that to the guys here in North America.
No?
They all need the titanium. They need the hammers. And you don't need it. You don't need that, but they all have that.
No, you don't need it. No, 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 no.
Here, let me show you a little bit. So, framing nails. I want to talk a little bit about nails in general. So, framing nails must be common steel wire nails or common spiral nails. The minimum length of nail required for most construction details is how long? How long do you think the minimum is? I have it in metric here.
It depends. Doesn't it depend
Um,
on how thick your wood is?
so most construction details, it's got it at 82 millimeters, which is 3.2 inches. So, and then the shortest minimum length is 57 millimeters, which is 2.2 inches. Can be used for wood or metal, strapping floor joists, cross bridging, rafter gusset plates, and collar ties. The longest minimum length, which is 101 millimeters, which is a 4-inch nail, is required for header joist ends nailed to perimeter joists. So, and then 57 millimeter length nails must have 2.87 millimeters or 0.11 inch diameter. So there's different thicknesses of nails depending on what you're
Different thickness in
building.
nails also.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then to avoid splitting, staggered nails in a direction of the grain and keep nails well in from the edges. We all know that. Or just flip
Yeah.
it, hit the
We all
tip,
know
and then
that,
hammer it.
yes.
Yeah, we all know that trick there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else do we want to talk about? What else can you share?
Yeah. I want to know if it's also in Canada that you have to be registered to be a tradesman or not.
Some. So gas for HVAC, for radiant, you have to be licensed and certified. Electrician, you have to be licensed and you have to go through a certain amount of years. Plumber, to be a master plumber, you have to be licensed. Framer, you don't have to be. Carpenter, you don't have to be. General contractor, person of foreman or four-person, doesn't have to be. Depends on some cities, they do. Roofers, you don't have to be. I'm trying to think of who else that you. It's really just the top three. It's just HVAC, which is radiant and heating and ventilating, AC, and then plumbing and electrical. Those are the only ones that you must be. You have to have it.
Must be.
Regarding all machinery, so you have to be certified for the machinery if you want to use cranes or excavators, all that
Yeah.
stuff. That you have to be, but the rest of it you don't at all.
Rest
And
of it, yeah.
in Belgium, what is it like? Is it the same thing or is it?
You had it's when they opened the borders, it stopped. But you had before you had to have a license for everything.
For everything.
Even you had numbers. Yes, you had a timmerman. Yeah, so he only could doing the roofs and all those things.
That's
and
all he can do. He can't do anything else
yes,
unless he got another license.
no,
Okay.
yes, and as a carpenter, then that was also even doors, inside doors, outside doors, framing, windows, all different numbers that you had to have before you could start. But now it isn't anymore.
So they changed. I know that I'm speaking to
they changed everything.
A couple of guys in Ireland, and I know through speaking with them, they've told me that, everybody's kind of licensed for a specific job, and you can technically only do that job.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you say that, because here in Canada, we have Quebec, right, which is a French province here, and they kind of do it the same way, where you have to get licenses for different jobs, and you can only do that job. And there's actually police that will walk around to go to different job sites, and if they catch you doing the other job, you'll get a fine for doing it until you get the license. And you're only allowed, I think it was mentioned on a show when I was there recording some show with the bricklayers, I think you're only up to 3 licenses. One person can only have a maximum of 3 licenses, and that's it. But in there, was it that you can have as many as you wanted?
Yes, if you could show it, you did the job, or I had my license because I did the job more than 3 years, and I learned it from my father.
Yes.
So that's why I got all those. I may do almost everything. Except for electricity,
because we don't like electricity.
But I don't want to do it.
I don't
like it, so I don't want to do it. So,
so how many licenses do you have?
I don't know. It's a lot.
It's a lot, huh?
It's about, I think, 5 pages.
Wow.
So, but everything is really in subcategories. So.
And do they check? Do they placing
doors?
They'll come to and check?
No, they don't. They don't come to the job site. But when you make your invoice, you can when you had those license, you could do it on 6% taxes, and otherwise it had to be on 21% taxes. So the one you punished with it were your clients. So,
really?
But now. Everybody may do it.
Okay.
No license needed.
Will they go back to the license system after?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because now there are a lot of cowboys here in Belgium who are.
Oh, you call them the same. You call them the same as we call them. Yeah, we call them construction cowboys. Yes, we call them the same way. I know. There's way too many cowboys. Yes. Way too many cowboys. I know.
Yes. And it didn't get any better. Now you don't you don't need those anymore. So it didn't get any better.
Yeah.
So even when you go as a hairdresser, you can still, put a roof on somebody's head, and that's the most important thing of building. When that is not standing right, your house is either going that way or it's going
you
that
know
way.
what you need to know what to do. You can't just go do it because you're a cowboy. I know.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. That's too funny.
Yes. Construction is full with cowboys and clowns.
I'm just trying to see what other kinds of questions I have for you, because I know that we touched about so much stuff. Why do you like Black Ladder more than Snickers? Why Black Ladder? I'm curious. I'm just curious. I used to be Black Ladder, but then I went Snickers.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Snickers fits me better.
That's the same for me. I had one Snickers, but for women, the fitting is not okay. So
it's not,
and not for me. So when at the time that I can put it over my hips, it's too big at my. It's not okay. So and then I had first another brand that was also quite okay, but the quality wasn't that.
Which brand? Which brand was that?
F. Engel. I don't think it's very well known.
Yeah, okay, I don't know them. Yeah. All right.
So, but then I started block ladder. No, normally where does it say block ladder instead of black ladder?
Block ladder.
So block ladder, and I started wearing those pants, and
So when I started wearing my
Yeah.
Snickers, no more tool belt. I was just using the
Yeah.
holsters, and that's it. You're the same way?
Yeah. No, I'm not for the horses because when I lay hardwood floors and you bend over, the
The
glue
whole
is
there
going
being
in
no
it.
yeah, there
Yeah.
being no
So
way.
no,
Yeah, I
that's
know.
that's the reason why I'm not a fan of horses.
That's
So
that's why I
I
don't
just
do the
put
hardwood.
everything in my pockets. Yeah.
Do you have the pouch? Do you do or does Block Lotta have the vest? They don't have a vest, do they? With all the
Um.
pouches and everything, the holes?
So yeah, I think they have one. Yeah, but I don't wear one. I'm
Okay.
gonna ask them. I'm gonna ask them to give me one because
Reach
yeah,
out to them. Reach out to
I'm
them.
ambassador. I'm ambassador from Block Letter now.
Good
So
for you. Really?
yeah.
Good for
So
you.
now
So
yeah.
ask them for it. They'll give it
Yeah,
to
I will
you.
ask them. Yeah,
Or
but I'm not the kind of person who's asking a lot, so I'm just waiting until they're giving it to me.
oh, what else you want to chat about there? What else can we or do you want to know anything about here in Canada?
Mm, I'm thinking about how is it also with you guys when a house is older than 10 years? Are the taxes on the jobs, on the hours and so also less than when it's a new
No,
build
it's
house?
one set price.
Ah, it's one set
It's one
price.
set
Oh.
price. And then you get in construction here, you get the jobs that are not paper. So there's no tax and it's just cash. And you get a lot of that kind of work because the clients want to save that money. And I understand it. It's like a lot of guys that are in construction, they have to do that because that's the way they're going to get the job. And then the clients want to save the money because they can't use that tax money for anything other than just paying the government. So they want to try to avoid
Well,
that.
that's with us. That's with us not done. You always have to pay tax.
Always, huh?
Yeah,
And really, is
always,
it worse?
always. Or they come in after you.
After who? You or the
Or
homeowner?
no, the government. You do need to pay
Yeah,
taxes.
you have to
So
pay. No,
yeah,
no, but I mean, here in
no,
North
no.
America,
The
yeah.
customer also you have to make an invoice with taxes on it. So 6% when the house is older than 10 years, and 21 when it's new build. So yeah,
Really? Doesn't
yeah.
matter. It has to. You have so
Doesn't
every
matter. You have to.
wow. It's just part of it. When you give the price, that's it. That's just part of the
Yeah,
price.
yeah. That's just part of the price. So yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they have to fill in a form that the house is older than 10 years old. So the homeowner is responsible for knowing at what rate he would be paying the taxes. So yeah,
Wow, that's a lot stricter than us. We have more
yeah,
cowboys here.
yeah,
We have a lot more cowboys here, and I don't fault them. I understand why they do it, but that's the only way they can do it. So no.
yeah. Our cowboys are in the government.
That's so true. That is very, very true. What do you like doing these days? Like, what do you like enjoying in construction? What parts do you like doing?
I like everything that I do because now I have yeah I have the luxury that I only take the jobs that I
That
want.
you want.
So
Yes,
yeah.
perfect. It's a nice
So if
feeling.
I
Yes,
know. If I
yes.
don't want a job,
You can go
I
in
just
there and
don't take it.
say, "No, I'm okay, thank you, bye." That's
Yeah.
it, and move
So
on,
yes.
and not feel bad
Yeah.
about it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. It's yeah, because it's also because I do have a lot of work. As I said, yeah, now they have to wait at least a year. And that's long.
And they are waiting, right?
Um, yeah, they are waiting.
Good.
Don't know why, but they are waiting. So, but it's also there are a lot of customers that I already work for. Yeah, almost 18, 16 years, and they give me projects. This year they do that year that, and so they know they have to wait that long. So they call me in front and say, and yeah, in a couple of months, just think about us, and then they have to call me again because I forget about it.
Put you on the schedule, make sure that you didn't forget, and then go back and then do some
Yes,
work.
everything. Yeah, when I say that's something that I'm strict to. When I tell people I come that day, I'll come that day.
You
I'm
show
not
up and
not
start
that
the
kind
work.
of yes. I
Yes.
show up. Yes, because there are a lot of tradesmen, especially here. They're saying I will come that day.
And they don't show up.
They
Or
don't
they
they
don't
don't
answer the
show up.
phone,
So
right?
yeah,
You
yeah,
probably
yeah.
answer the phone all the time. The phone rings or texts or anything like that.
Yeah, but when I'm working, not always. So it's not always easy. And most of my customers respect it and don't call it before the evening. So most of them. And yeah, when I get too many messages, I put my phone on not disturb. I know it's hard, but
No, I do the
I
same
do it
thing. I
because
do the same thing.
yeah, when
You
you
have a
work, if
life.
it's
I have a life. We all have lives. They have lives. We
yes,
want some
and I
privacy.
don't yes, and I don't
Yes.
want people to pay me for being on a phone with other customers. So that's why I put my phone on not disturb if it's going
Good.
out of my head. So
And you should do that. I wanted to ask you, what's the relationship with architects, designers, and you guys? How does that all work there?
mm, most of the tradesmen aren't that fond on architects and especially interior designers because they draw a line, put it away, and then just draw it an inch back. So yeah,
That's the extent of
it's
what they do? And then what? They expect you to figure out the rest of it?
they're not all like that,
Okay.
but there are some architects who are thinking, they just put something on a plan and they don't think if it's possible or not. There are architects who go look at some job sites and they don't even have a meter
A
with them.
measuring
So
tape. Yeah, or anything like that.
yeah, measuring tape. So that's when I think from, what are you doing here? So no, I always have one. Even at Saturday and Sunday, I have one in my purse. So
I have one in my car, one in the office. It's always there. And when I can't find one, I start to panic. I'm like, why isn't there a
yeah,
tape measure around me? I understand.
I know.
So, do the
Yeah.
clients, the homeowners, do they expect you to kind of help out with that?
Yeah, but for small jobs, there isn't always an architect needed. So, and
But
then
an interior
they also,
designer or any or designer, no.
no, that's only, I must say, I don't work a lot with interior designer because when I go to my clients and they want a dressing or they want to change something for drywall, then I draw it myself. So I do it in SketchUp Pro and I draw it by myself.
Wow,
So
really? Yeah,
yeah,
that's just more.
yeah,
Do you charge? I hope you charge.
no,
You don't charge.
no, I
I
know.
I know, but you should charge because you're doing more work and then you're not charging for it. I know, I
Yeah,
know. You look at it
yes,
like,
I
oh, I can
know.
just do it. And I've done that before too, where I didn't want to wait for the architect to do a revision because I knew how long it was going to take. So I ended up doing the revision myself and then I submitted it into the city and then I changed it. And then it got done because then we can move on and do the work. But technically speaking, the architect should have done it, but it would have taken a week. And I didn't want to
Yes,
wait a week.
and it's very expensive.
And it's expensive too. Then he would just
It's
send a
expensive
bill.
when
Yes.
you have when they have to do one room, it's around 300 euros. So just for drawing it, so
I
it's
know.
a lot of money. And the thing is, when you go here, you have some companies who are selling kitchens. So you go and you go look at it, and it's all they are standing a lot of kitchens. I don't know if it's with you guys also, and they have programs and they just click
Yep.
the cabinets are all already there, so
Yep.
they just click, so people expect for you to give the same service. So
It doesn't work
at
that
first I
way.
wasn't doing it, but
Yeah.
they're expecting it. So yeah.
I want to ask you, what are some of the trends, like some of the things that people are putting in their homes, how they're building the inside? What do they like? Is it all a lot of white, a lot of, I guess, Scandinavian kind of white oak cabinets, kitchen cabinets? What kind of stone tops? What kind the bathrooms? What do they look like? Things like that.
Yes, stone tops especially.
Natural stone or are
When
they quartz
not
natural?
it depends. When they have the budget, it's natural stones.
Yes.
Yes, and everything has to be clean, everything clean. So um but then you have the modern houses, they are very clean, so everything is white,
Mm.
with black tiles, and yeah, or kind of the hospital feeling
Yeah,
that we say.
I know.
uh,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
yes, and
Yes.
then you have the old houses. There the people go for more like natural colors, but Kind of, yeah. Now it's getting dark here, so kind of the way it's like here. So not white, but off white.
Like an off-white. Yes.
Yeah, like an off white. So a little bit gray, a little bit brown in it. So and yeah, wooden floors.
It's always
Yeah,
wooden
oak
floors.
floors.
Yes, oak.
Mm, yeah, it depends. Yeah, because oak wood floors are very expensive. Most of people, yeah, tiles are just. I think you can have some tiling for around 30 euros the square meter. So yeah.
That's expensive. Like that's a lot.
Oh yeah, with us it's not that expensive. Yeah, for us it's a good price when you
Yeah,
have a floor
okay.
for that. So yeah,
37,
yeah.
900. I mean, it's still about 10 or 11 bucks a square foot. That's still
Hmm.
expensive. Yeah. It's about the same. It's about the same.
Yeah,
Well,
for
you guys are,
here it's
yeah, you're getting it from Italy. Italy is so much closer to you guys than Italy is to us.
yeah, but that's also during the taxes when it has to come in the country.
Yes, that's
They
why.
they they pay taxes on it, and so everybody has to pay taxes. So all the prices are getting up, and that's then you do have some people who are buying it from the internet, and but then they don't find any tradesman who wants to work with the materials.
Because they don't know the materials. They don't trust it.
Uh, Not that because yeah they lose their commission on it
Oh,
on the
okay. All right. So
materials.
that's the reason why.
Yeah, that's why some people just don't. Yeah, tradesmen don't want to lay bricks or yeah. I must admit when they go to yeah, you have some cheap hardwood stores here also, and when they go there and buy some floorings like laminate floorings,
Yes.
I won't lay it either because we are responsible for 10 years when we do something.
Anything that
So
you build, you're responsible for the next
yeah,
10 years.
yes, you're responsible for 10 years. So
Is that
if
also
it's
part of
done,
the government asking you that you have to be that way?
yeah, yeah.
Wow, really?
Yes.
It's not
So,
like that
yeah,
here. It's not like
no,
no, it's not like that here. No. That's just yeah, I'm actually a little surprised. I mean, I agree with it. It should be that way because then you can take the responsibility of it, right? So you should
yes,
it basically makes you build it better so then it will last 10 or even longer. That's
even longer. Yes,
yeah.
yes, because you know you are responsible for 10 years. It's a written rule, but that's not a spoken rule, you know.
Yes.
The A lot of newbies don't know it that it's no, and when we say it, you are responsible for 10 years. They look at you, but that's the reason why they should be doing back all those numbers, because when you go to school for it, you learn it that you are responsible for 10 years.
They
So
teach you that.
they teach you that.
But then if someone
So
doesn't go to school, how are they supposed to learn? They get it from somebody else that's already know it, that they've already been in the
yeah, but
business.
they have to tell it. So
Does the
I don't
government
know.
have a website or a booklet or does the government?
Yes,
Okay, so
yeah, they
it's
do.
there.
They do
Okay.
have. Yeah, it's there. So everything is
But who
fine.
has time to
It's
read all
all
that? Like I don't
yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and read all that and
I think most of people are scared to begin to read it.
because then they won't do it. I don't want to be a
Yeah,
part of
they
this
won't do it
now.
anymore.
I know.
So
I could
yeah, we
see
also
that
have to pay a lot of taxes. So that's also the reason why I don't work with people because they're too expensive. If I would hire some people, I would, yeah, I have to raise my hour wage. So and then I would be too expensive for a lot of
for a
people.
lot of people.
So
Yes.
yeah, and that's why I don't hire people. So
One more segment there. This is more about labor talk. I'll get you to confirm this if you can, because hopefully
yeah,
we got this right. So Belgium versus Canada work periods, daily work periods in Belgium and Canada. It's a standard 8 hours a day. Is that
yeah,
correct? Okay.
that's correct.
In Belgium, it can be raised to 9 hours a day if they work no more than 5.5 days per week, or 10 hours a day if they spend more than 14 hours a day away from the house due to commute time.
Yeah,
That's true?
yeah.
In Belgium, the work must take place between 6 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
Ours,
yes, you may work until ten
so you
o'clock,
can make
but
noise
it's
until 10 o'clock at night.
10 o'clock. Yeah.
So we're 7 to 7 on Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday, nothing on Sunday, legally
We
speaking.
here you have some places where the whole weekend you may not work, and yes, and knokken at sea, you may not work, not any holiday. School holidays, it's forbidden to work.
Wow. In Canada,
Yeah,
ours is 40 hours a week. In Belgium, it's 38 hours a week. But
yeah,
they're thinking about bringing it up to 40.
bringing it up. Yes.
39 hours a week with 6 compulsory days of rest per year, or 40 hours a week with 12 days of rest per year. Is that right? So you're getting 6 days
Um,
off. If you're doing 39 hours, you're getting 12 days off if you're doing 50 hours. No, sorry,
yeah, but
12 days.
the most you have 2 weeks in summer and 2 weeks in winter, so it's more than
Oh, I wish that we would do
yeah.
that here. Like, I know Europe does that and I love it. I think that we should shut down in summer and shut down in winter here so we can have 2 weeks for ourselves. That would be
Yeah,
amazing, but people don't do it. They only
yeah.
shut down for
Here,
Christmas and New Year's. That's it. Not even the
oh,
time between.
not
It's
even between. No, no,
just the
no,
Christmas day and New Year's Day. And that's it.
no.
That's the only time I've ever seen construction shut down for good. Um, Maximum work periods in Canada, it's 10 hours per day, 48 hours per week. Belgium, it's 11 hours per day, 50 hours per week with almost no exceptions.
Yeah,
That's
but
about it.
you may work more, but then you have to pay more taxes
On top of the work hours.
on top of the work hours. So you lose, yeah, you lose a lot when you work more. So people don't work more than that.
So they don't work at it at all. So in Belgium, workers cannot work on Sundays with few exceptions, generally
Yeah,
speaking. In Belgium, construction workers under the Joint Committee for Construction cannot work Saturdays unless the work can be done at no other time.
yeah.
So that's it. So unless you're stuck, I guess you're stuck. And
Yes, but that's only for self-employed people. All those rules don't count. We may work whenever we want, but we have to respect the hours
so
for making the noise, eh? For making
the
the
noise,
noise.
yes.
So
And we're the same way too.
yes,
So, and I do enjoy making noise. And then I'm having neighbors come up to me and start complaining. And then they want to just say, I'm going to call the police and I'm going to call the city. And I'm like, okay, go ahead, make the phone calls. I don't care. I'm allowed to do this. But I know the hours. I know when I can
yeah,
or when I can't. Right. So
yeah,
we always show
it's the
up
same.
at 7 or just before 7. And as soon as 7 cracks, the noise starts.
Yeah, put on the
Sorry.
radio and it starts.
I'm just curious, are there any other outside of, I guess, electrical, but is there anything else that you like doing? Are there things that you haven't worked on yet that you want to work on?
In construction,
In construction, yeah.
no,
No?
no, no,
Because you've already done
no.
all of it and you've already experienced
Yes,
all of
I've
it.
learned it all from my dad. So yeah, I did everything. So
Okay.
yeah, no, there isn't a thing that I say no, no. I did been there, done that.
Are there any, I'm trying to figure out if there's any kind of building techniques that you guys do that we don't, or something that's unique over there that we don't here.
Hmm.
I know that in Ireland, to do a roof, you have to put scaffold all around the whole building to actually put the roof on. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
the same there. Over here, it's not. Everything is done off of ladders here. I
Um, that's again the same. When you have people working for you, you have to use scaffolds. When you're self-employed,
You're using
you
ladders.
just you're using ladders. You're
Okay.
using as you wish.
Okay.
So you have to wear safety clothes.
Of course.
The people who are working for you have to wear safety clothes, but when you're self-employed, you don't have to. You may, but you don't have to. So
There's no inspectors, there's no bylaw, people that come by and take a look.
yes, there are people, but they can't force you when you're self-employed
Really?
to, yeah, really.
I do
Yes,
like
they can't
that.
force.
No,
Yeah.
us, it's
So
everybody. Everybody has
yeah,
to.
no, no, no,
If
no.
they show up. If they show up, everybody
Yeah.
has to.
No, here and where we're busy now, it's a big renovation. You don't see anybody coming and knocking on the door. Is everybody wearing safety shoes or a helmet? No. No, they just leave you. When you pay your taxes, it's fine.
But you're paying so much tax. That's why, I
Yes.
guess.
So that's why they just leave us alone.
Ouch, ouch. Okay, is there anything else you want to talk about? Because we're almost ready to wrap up. I'm going to ask you the 12 questions.
Yeah. No.
I think this has been fun. Thank you so much for being to
Yeah,
say
thank
yes.
you.
And I understood every single word you said, including the cowboys and clowns. I love it because they're all over the world. And every time I speak to somebody else in construction from another part of the world, I'm going to find out if there's cowboys and clowns in there too, because I bet you they are. They're all over the place.
I think so.
Saskia, so all right, ready for these questions?
Yeah, shoot.
What is your favorite construction word?
Leveled.
What is your least favorite construction word?
Cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What turns you on in construction?
When the job is done and everything is cleaned up, and then I do it every time. I go around and look at my work, and that's something that really.
And it puts a smile on your face, and you're happy.
Yes, and then you know why you're doing it.
I know the feeling. What turns you off in construction?
Now you're gonna laugh. Well, when there are some guys who wearing their pants too low. Yeah, come on.
I agree. All those.
Just wear a belt.
Wear a belt, wear a rope, wear a pair of block ladder, or wear a pair of Snickers because they don't drop down. You never see any crack. I know what you mean. I know. And a crack with a forest all over it, I don't like it either. Okay, yes, I agree with you on that. What is your favorite curse word? Or you don't swear? Do you swear?
No, I'm not swearing a lot because I'm somebody who is going to take a breath and just look away and then start again. But when I swear,
what's the favorite one?
It's in Flemish. It's a sentence. It's kind of sentence.
Go ahead.
I will say it. God, blauwe gekruist die stuk te duur.
What does it mean? Or I'll let everybody translate it. They can translate it and figure out. Can you say it? Can you say it again, please?
God, blauwe gekruist die stuk te duur.
I'm gonna look it up. I want to look it up.
I don't know if you're gonna find it because it's dialect. So
we'll see. Or you DM me and let me know what the translation is, so then I know it. Yes. Okay. What is your favorite vehicle in the whole world? Favorite car?
Land Rover.
A Land Rover?
Land Rover. I drive one. So if I did have the money, it would be a Range Rover. But I'm glad with the Land Rover. So.
What is your least favorite vehicle?
A Porsche.
You don't like Porsches?
Porsche.
No.
No.
Is it the car or is it the person?
Both.
Both.
And the trunk is too small.
I know you need space. I know. I drive a 2-door right now, and my trunk is way too small, and it's really pissing me off. I don't know. We'll see. What construction sound or noise do you love?
The one of the bench when you, how you say it, schaaf, when you play. I don't know how you call it in English.
The bench.
A schaafmachine, how they say it in Flemish. When you take the beams for thickness. So
a planer. So it starts to rip the wood. And that sound of that, I know what you mean. It's like it's almost ripping the wood apart.
Yeah, the sound and the smell.
I totally know what you say. Yeah, it's true. What construction sound or noise do you hate?
When the radio is too loud.
With bad music.
Yeah. Not very good music, but with bad music, yes. Then that's a sound I hate. So,
what profession, if you weren't doing this, what profession other than that would you like to attempt?
If you would ask me that 10 years ago, I would definitely say a lawyer. But now,
I can see you being a lawyer. Yes, with a hammer.
With a hammer.
With a hammer.
then I would be a judge.
But that was 10 years
But
ago. But now,
yeah, now I would teacher, because I would love to teach the children now how to work with their hands and how to be passionate about it. So yeah,
teacher, that's good.
when I'm crooked and old, I want to be a teacher.
What profession would you never like to do?
Electrician. It's an easy one.
And the last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
It's kind of difficult. So I think he might just say, you did a good job. Welcome.
That's all he needs to say.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much, Saskia. Honestly, it's been
Thank
a pleasure
you.
to finally talk and meet. I know we've spoken so many times, and I've shipped off stuff to you, and it's amazing that you accepted it.
Yes.
And I learned the whole
Yeah.
Belgium postage government process and all that stuff, and still amazed at how hard that is, and get the permission
Yes,
to
yes.
get something to
So,
you.
yeah.
But
I'm
no.
busy with also another calendar.
Okay.
So, yes, and when it's done, I will ship you a
Send it
couple
to me,
so you can
please.
give
Yeah,
it.
please send
Yes,
it to
I will
me.
give it so you can give it to the guys.
I will for
Um,
sure. They'll listen to this.
yeah.
I know that they listen, so they'll all say hello. They'll probably drop you a line and say hello, and then we'll expand our espresso circle, and that's it.
Yeah.
And we'll keep on adding more and more people to it. So thank you very much for being on the show. I really appreciate your time.
Yes. Thank you
Okay.
for me being there. So
Yeah,
it was very nice. So.
Thank you. All right. Well, take care, and everybody can check you out on your Instagram. Hopefully, follow your other page as well too. And it's I'll spell it again. It's at VandenBergheSaskia. Thank you very much. Continue doing some amazing work out there.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.